Sweet. Okay, so I was gonna keep it short and sweet tonight. So you guys should have gotten, did you all get an email? Wait, did y'all get an email with the specials today from August? Is that something that's just okay, that might go out to, okay, never mind. Okay, that goes out to people that are diamond or above. They get an email with the August specials. So, so I wasn't sure. I forgot on that. So what's some cool stuff that's going to be happening? 2B Mindset is going to be $20 off. So that's pretty neat if you have anyone that wants to work on their nutrition, because that's, yeah, it's helpful. And then Lift 4 is they're going to keep the sale. So it'll be $10 off the challenge pack. Because that's usually $180. So it'll be $170. And then I can't see all of you guys. I just see there's some just names. Don't be lame. Show me your faces. Hey girl. Thank you. See, I've got like hair bun. I haven't even washed my hair in a few days. And I ran today and worked out. Let's see. August 7th is the actual last day to request access to the Lift 4 group. So if you have Lift 4 as a coach, you can still get into Joel's group if you don't have. Oh, you have to purchase by July 31st. So by tonight. And then August 20th will be Fit for Two. It's a pre and postnatal program that's going to be coming out. And you guys will they'll post this stuff this week, but I just thought it was some good stuff to share. 2B Mindset, the nutrition certification pre-sale starts August 7th. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be a cool thing to have. All right, cool. And then if you're doing 2B, or if you have any questions with Alana, who's the RD that does that program, she's doing office hours every Wednesday and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And that's on the 2B Mindset Facebook page. So you can go on there, or if you have anyone that has any questions, they can go on there and ask her, which is pretty awesome. She just had a baby. Oh, and beach bars are 10% off. Did I already say that? I might have. I don't remember. Okay, so hopefully I don't freeze because it keeps telling me my connection's unstable. All right, so today's the last day of July, so then we have all that stuff happening in August, which is exciting. Also in August, did you guys see do we know cost for the two what? The 2B Mindset certification? What's the, okay. You can unmute yourself if you want, unless you're busy. I don't know the price. I thought it was like $99 special for the pre-sale, I want to say. And that's where you work with Alana to have that health coach certification. I think it was $99. So, all right, so August is going to be awesome. There is something going on for, you guys know that new program that Shanti's coming out with in October, I believe. What is the name of it? Melissa, do you remember the name of it? Tiffany, do you remember? Let me look real quick. I don't know how I can forget this stuff, but I swear, like, my brain.
Well, you know a few that aren't going through already.
What?
Thank you. I like you too, Hal. I think that you could be a big star comic. You ready, people?
It's the 20-minute workout. It's coming out. I'm pulling it up right now. Transform 20. Transform 20. Okay. So that's coming out.
I'm gonna have to start wearing heels.
Oh no, it's coming out in January. Pre-sale is October. That's the big thing. So it's going to be a big thing for New Year's. I know it's like August tomorrow, but we always like think ahead on this stuff. So they're doing a special for people that if you are a new coach this year from January to present,
Welcome back.
if you have one of the top 20 Success Club point earners in August, so I don't know what those will be, but if you're in the top 20, then that you will get a spot in the pre-launch test group. Because you know how you always see people getting to the test group, like the official test group, before it gets released at all. You can get a spot in that test group, which is pretty awesome. Or if you are a diamond coach or below, and it says the top 40 Success Club point earners from that group will be able to get into the test group. So, so if you were a coach, before that, and then the other one is for star diamonds or above. I don't think we have anyone on this call right now, but so yeah, so that's a pretty sweet deal if you can get in that, because you get access to go through the whole program with Shanti. Like, you're legit like talking with him. He's like communicating with you on what to do. You have calls. You get access to everything before anybody does. So that's something that if it's on your radar, like, let me know if you want to do it, because I might put together like a little focus group for it, because I've already had a couple coaches I know that are diamond and above like reach out to me and say they wanted to do it. So that's a fun deal. So that's a big thing in August. And then the other thing is I just wanted to talk tonight on just like on basics, because sometimes we get so wrapped up in social media postings and complicating things, right? And I had a call with every month I have a call with someone at corporate. As a Star Diamond coach, they set you up with like a mentor through corporate. And so I talked with this girl, Sydney, and so I was talking to her about different things, and she said, simplifying, always going back to the basics, always simplifying in our business, and just recognizing that our job as a coach is to help people, right? And the goal is 3 people a month. And I know, like, Jessica, as a new coach, I talked with you about this too, and it's just like that is the focus. And what really is helpful, and I went back because I even went through like all my old emails that I had when I first signed up and where I was at, and I signed up with the PIO Challenge Pack when I became a coach because they didn't have BOD. And I ended up buying all the programs. I have all the DVD stuff. I don't know why, but I have tons of stuff, right? So, like, obviously, BOD is a way better deal. Hey, babe, he's got this big suitcase. You want to help him with it? So I signed up with the PIO Challenge Pack. And PIO is a great low-impact program, and I did it because I had just done an Ironman, and I needed recovery, like, time without doing something so low-key like just yoga, because that I just don't have the brain for that. Like, I need to move. So I signed up with the PIO Challenge Pack. So my first group was taking people through the PIO program. Like, that was my big thing, is like, hey, I'm doing this, and it's helping me a lot to recover after Ironman training. Who wants to do it with me? And that was my first group. And so if you focus on helping somebody get set up with the same challenge pack that you got set up with, or the same challenge pack that you're same program you're doing now, and invite them along on the journey, that's going to, simplify things instead of having to have the perfect post or have, word it right or whatnot. It's just legit like helping people through something that you have been helped through, and just constantly, putting that out there, I guess. So I just wanted to talk about that, because I think sometimes we just get so caught up in, we just complicate things, I know I can do that. I know I complicate things a lot, but But really it's just inviting people along on your journey with you and guiding them along with you. Do you guys have any questions on that, or you want to talk about that? It can be intimidating.
I guess, what if you're in the middle of a program? Do you go back and start with them if you rope them in? Or how would you go about that?
So what I did, what I usually do now is I just still get them started on something for them, and I just continue doing what I'm doing. And I still can guide them through, what they're going through because I've been there. But I just continue on what I'm doing. Now I do have times when you started, I started a program, that same program, you know what I mean? I went through it. So I like to align, but obviously like Hammer and Chisel's an 8-week program. And if I have groups that start every month, you know what I mean? I'm not going to restart it, that type of thing. Cause, I like to finish it out. So different, I always start them on something, but I think it's smart to just basically like get them started on what you got started on, if that's for them. I mean, everyone's different, but I think that's the easiest way because you went through it already,
Mm-hmm.
And I know everyone has different goals and different things and all that, but it's easier, I think, to talk with someone about what you've already been through, like as far as the program you've been through, and kind of, get them set up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, posting is important. I mean, we talk about that. You're building your brand, you're building you're putting yourself out there. But the reality is, you guys, when I became a Beachbody coach, I was working full-time in a gym, and I was told I was not allowed to be a coach because it was a conflict of interest. And so I worked my business behind the scenes. I didn't share anything for I became a coach, September 2014. And I think it was like 7 weeks later is when I ended up leaving my job. So I was messaging people. And I know how it is too when you're like, I know everyone's different. I mean, I went all in with it because I knew that I had been a trainer for so long, and I knew it was just the same pay, same hours, and you're stuck inside a gym all the time. And I was like, I wanted more. I wanted more freedom, and I wanted to be able to do more. My big push was my mom going through cancer battles. A cancer battle, and not being able to see her or help her as much as I wanted financially. And that was where I said, something's got to change. Like, I have to be able to help my family more. And I had asked for a raise, and I know I'm sharing like on my story, but I had asked for a raise, and this was a gym that like I had helped open up. I was friends with people. Like, it was like a big thing. The owner, I helped him lose like 100 pounds when he first started. So hey, Baba, you wanna come, mommy? Come here. You okay? I know, babe. I'm hurrying. So it was a place I cared about, and I loved my job, and it was fun, and it was amazing. Like, it was, but I also knew that there had to be more than running myself into the ground, because as a personal trainer, your health is not priority. And as a Beachbody coach, your health is priority. You have got to fill your own cup, and you've got to take care of yourself. And I love that. That's a vital behavior. I mean, that's what, sorry, my husband, has him in a stroller up and down the hallway. So I love you. Thank you, baby. So the cool thing about being a coach is your health and fitness is priority, because that you show your journey. And sorry, I'm getting off on like these little rambles and stuff, but what I meant to say is just that it wasn't about the postings for me. It was about messaging people. You know what I mean? Like behind the scenes, because I couldn't post. I wasn't allowed to post. I wasn't allowed to put anything. My first free group I did, it was right before I left my job, and I got in trouble because it had my name on it. I did a free clean eating group called it Patty's Free Clean Eating Group because I'm not creative at all. And I had people in it, and my boss called me in and he was like, hey, it doesn't have our name on it. Doesn't have the gym's name on it. What are you doing? And so they were very, very like pushing on me on stuff. So I wasn't able to do anything public on it. So don't get so bogged down. Keep sharing your journey for sure, but don't worry so much about having to have perfect posts or whatever. You know, because I know I talk a lot about that and I do share on stuff, but because that's kind of my thing, I've been able to, you know, to grow online too, but it's taken almost 4 years, you know? So just find, you know, one person, I would, you know, focus on one, but 3 people a month, you know, is what we aim for, that you can say, hey, let me help you with this. Like, will you let me help you and trust me with this? There's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if someone's like, you're horrible, I don't want to be, it's not your fault. I'm just saying. If someone's like, I don't want it, like, that's totally cool. Like, okay. But don't be afraid to ask somebody, because I don't know where I would be if I wasn't asked. And that was on coaching. If Mike had never reached out to me, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because I was at a point where I was praying, like, God, there's got to be something else. There's got to be a way to make it through this. As far as where I was at, and that was just a desperation for me. And I know not everyone's at that point, you know, by any means, but don't be afraid to ask people if you can help them on their journey, because you don't know where they're at. They could be crying in their closet because of how stuck they feel, or afraid to leave their house because of not being able to, you know, they can't fit into their clothes or whatnot. Because, you know, that's a miserable feeling. And so just remember that you could be a light and just offer that hope. And it doesn't have to be like you're pushing them. It's just like, hey, I've got something that has really helped me. Will you let me help you on this? And if you don't like it, that's okay. You know, you get your money back, that type of thing. So I hope that helps.
Definitely. And what you said last week about going after the bigger hit, I guess you call them big hitters.
Yeah.
That's a good area to go, because I've noticed that there's a lot of people there that don't get that communication, that are struggling for it.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in your niche, like that group call talked about, you know?
Yeah.
So that's definitely good advice.
Did you guys hear the National Wake Up Call? Oh my gosh, was that so good?
I love that guy. He had some really good pointers.
I love him too. 50-year-old male who's 5-star successful coach. I was like,
Mike watch the replay because he's going to be 50 in January.
Oh, so crazy. It's so crazy. But I loved how he used Instapot.
Yeah.
Right? He used an Instapot, like going after that, like, market. I was like, Cliff, what's ours? A bike trainer? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Stroller runs.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So I thought that was really cool. How it's like, it could be anything that you grow, that you're passionate about and that you share, and then kind of goes into it. And he was saying, like, it doesn't have to be, he was even saying not to have it be fitness related because of how it could attract Beachbody coaches. And I think it's different with endurance. I think it's different with endurance sports, but there are some times when I'm like, man, I wish there was something else that I do all the time. That's all I've known for so long. But it can be anything, you know. It could be, it could be anything. Which is kind of cool. And then on that note, I was reading in my PD today, and he was talking about, like, when we find our it's called the War of Art. It's about, like, creativity and, you know, minds kind of like writers being able to write again and people being able to, like, make music and art and all that stuff again. But I really like it a lot because it's it helps me to kind of get over some blocks. And he was talking about, we have our own territories, right? And he's like, runners have their territory. Like, they love to run and that's their thing. Like, they'll keep doing it. And he said, if you're the last person on earth, what is it that you'll keep doing? Like, what's your territory? Like, he was talking about, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is, like, in the gym, and he's a writer. So he's like, I'll still keep writing, you know? He was talking about a friend that likes shopping, and he's like, that's her thing. She loves clothes and style. So she'll just like she would still like go gather all this stuff and like, you know. So I thought that was neat because I think that might help you find who you're talking to as well. Because it's like, what is it that you would keep doing even if there was no one else left on earth? Pretty sad, but it's helpful too. Hey, you got the stroller? Right. We're like, why does he want to push the stroller all the time? It's not like we don't do it.
Stuck girl.
All right. Did y'all have anything else you wanted to talk about or any questions on anything?
No, I would say the one thing I noticed is having a new Instagram account and attracting a lot of Beachbody coaches and Herbalife and everything else. There's definitely an art to that message that you guys talked about, that instant message that generates.
Yeah.
Some people are very well versed and friendly and welcoming, and some are very harsh.
Yeah.
So I think definitely picking examples up and figure out where your voice is good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I wonder if, because I was talking to Rochelle about this, I'm like, I don't think I attract many Beachbody coaches, but I wonder if I just don't pay attention. Like, I wonder if, like, because as I was like, because there's so many people that I'm connecting with, that I wonder if maybe, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know there's some, I know I attract some, they'll message me on stuff and I'm like, yeah, Cliff doesn't, but because they'll message me and I'm like, if I follow them and I'm like connecting with them, because that's usually what I do, and then I'm like, oh, this is not my person, or they're already a coach, or they're just not whatever, then I unfollow and I'm just like, okay, whatever, like, you know what I mean? And if they still engage on my stuff, I'll still go engage on their stuff. Like, not much, but if they're engaging on my stuff, I always go to the people that are commenting on my stuff, you know what I mean? But sometimes people will message me back and they're like, why'd you unfollow me? Or why'd you unfollow me, whatever. And it's not personal by any means. Sometimes it's by mistake. But if it's a Beachbody coach, I'm like, dude, like, like, don't take it personal. You know what I mean? We don't need to be following each other. Like, I'll still support you if you support me, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? You can still go engage and talk on people's posts if they're not, you know, if you're not following them. I just don't need to see their stuff in my newsfeed because, you know what I mean? There's just, I'm not going to help them or they'll help me or whatever. Yeah.
I follow other coaches for ideas.
Me too.
No, that's good. That's good. I do that about once every month or so. I go through some people and I look at their stories and see like, how are they sprinkling stuff in their stories? Cause I always see like, you know, or I'll see their posts. But I usually, I'll go through about like probably every month, just kind of give me an idea. But I found that for me, because when I first became a coach, I did that. I had like 30 coaches that like top coaches I was following. But then I found that I was kind of getting wrapped up in like trying to be like them. And I lost kind of myself in it. You know what I mean? I wasn't putting my own stuff out there. I was like, oh, well, so-and-so said this, so I'm going to like copy that and put my own words. But it just really wasn't my, you know what I mean? I was like, you know. But I think it's good. I mean, it's good. They have good ideas and stuff like that for sure. Just don't let it get a comparison game, I guess, too. You know what I mean? That's where I was at for a while, too. So I like unfollow and then I'll go back and look at other ones. Usually Cliff and I are talking, we're like, what's so-and-so doing? Okay, let's go. We have like our day of like checking all of these coaches out. And YouTube too. We always go on YouTube to see what other people, like their trainings and stuff, see what they're doing. There's so much. But
I liked what that the wake up call on Monday. You know how you said like if anybody liked one of or started following him, then he went and followed and started loving on some of their posts
Yeah.
just to kind of get more exposure. I thought that was I was like, oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Did he say that on Facebook? He said on Facebook.
On the call.
He said Facebook.
It was Facebook. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like on Instagram commenting on people's stuff
Mhm.
because you'll get followers if you're giving like good comments. You know what I mean? Because people are like, oh, that person was really sweet, or that was really cool what they said, or whatever, and they'll check you out too. So that's what I don't know. That's what I found anyways. People tell you, I found you through so-and-so's account or whatever. So, because I know I do that. I look at people with their, I'm like, oh, someone so commented something. I'm going to go look at their page. But, all right, ladies.